What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kramer, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through my short-term rental and mid-term rental calculator. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so whether you're analyzing a property to rent out as a short-term rental or a mid-term rental, this calculator is going to work for both, and I use it for both. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use it, and if you want to grab this, you can do so using the link below. All right, so first things first, it starts with the acquisition information. So on the left-hand side, we're going to put in how much the property costs, the down payment, interest rate, amortization, all those details that we're going to need to know up front, okay? This is just an example scenario, but as of when I'm recording this is pretty accurate. You're going to put down 20%, around a 7% interest rate, 30-year amortization, closing costs around 2%, rehab costs, and furnishing costs. Of course, that's just going to depend on the property. Now, moving on to projected revenue, this is going to work again, whether you're doing a short-term rental or mid-term rental. So if you're doing a short-term rental, it's super easy to just put in an average daily rate, also known as ADR, and your estimated occupancy rate. And if you're like, well, Bailey, I'm really focusing on mid-term rentals and I'm only going to do some short-term rentals, you can still move these numbers around to make sure that your projected monthly revenue number is accurate. Okay, so you'll change only the numbers in blue here. So you can change the ADR and the estimated occupancy rate, and that will adjust these numbers down here. And then moving on to expenses. So here are all the expenses you're going to need to know for your property. We have taxes, we have insurance, water, gas, electric, Wi-Fi, repairs and maintenance. Okay, the list goes on and on. And you'll see down here too, Airbnb fee. If you plan to do all off-market bookings, you can leave this as 0. If you're going to be using Airbnb heavily, put this as 3, because 3% is what Airbnb takes. And then management fee. If you're going to manage it yourself, you can put 0. If you're going to have someone else manage it for you, you can put 10 to 20%, whatever they're going to take. Okay. Then we have the total operating expenses. Okay. This is going to tally up all the monthly expenses here. And then that's going to leave you with what's called your net operating income. We're then going to also have to factor in your capital reserves. So these are going to be budgeted items like your roof, water heater, HVAC that you want to save up for. So we just say 5% of the monthly revenue we're going to put towards this reserve fund. And then of course, we're going to have our mortgage. Now this number right here is going to spit out based on what you put over here. So that's what your mortgage is going to be. And then here's where it gets really good. It's going to show you a couple really key things that's going to help you decide, is this a good property or not? So first things first, cash flow. It's going to show you the monthly revenue and monthly expenses, and then also show you the monthly cash flow versus the yearly cash flow. These are the numbers that I'm really looking at heavily because I want to know, is this property going to make money and is it going to make enough to be worth my time? Second of all, we have our metrics tab right here. So cash on cash return, this is a huge metric that I look at to know how fast it's going to take for me to get my initial capital I invested into this project. Cap rate is honestly not something I really look at, so we're going to ignore that one. Debt service coverage ratio, this is something that the lenders are going to be looking at. And you essentially just take the amount of rent that you're going to be receiving divided by the debt service of that property, and you want it to be above 1. So anything above 1, great. The higher, the better. And then payback period. This is super big. So if I scroll to the left here, you're going to see that for this example scenario, total cash invested is going to be $90,000. Now, just transparently, all the properties I bought so far, I have put way less than $90,000 into. So this is just an example, but it's saying if we bought this property, we're going to make our $90,000 back in 5.8 years. And here's an even fancier graph showing that payback period. Now, you might be saying, oh my God, that's unbelievable. That's great. I'd love to earn my money back in that period of time. For me right now, I like a way shorter payback period, especially for the properties I'm buying. But again, that's the beauty of investing. There's not necessarily a right or wrong. It's all personal preference. So that's a quick overview of my STR/MTR deal analyzer. If you want to download this down below, you can grab it. And then once you have the file, press on file, make a copy, and you will have your own. Hope you guys got value out of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.